Hi guys. So yes, back to filming. Same setup as the last video. Here we are. So one of the people in the mentorship program asked me about 10 traits that I think all successful freelance copywriters need to have, and I thought it would just make like good content, also a little clickbaity of a title, like 10 skills every freelance copywriter need. Easily Googleable stuff, SEO. Anyway, so the 10 I thought were most important was number one, knowing copy. You don't have to be an expert. You don't have to know every in and out of everything copywriting, but you need to know the basics of what you're doing. How to write a landing page if you're doing web copy, for example. How to write a email, landing page, home page. Those are all very different things. A sales page, product descriptions. Yeah, like those things you should really know the basics of and have a good grasp on. Number two, you need to understand buyers' psychology. I personally recommend for people to not really read a lot of copywriting books and read more psychology books, especially in like sales kind of area. It is far more illuminating than you might imagine. So understanding what gets people to take action is essential. And that is usually psychology, marketing, those kinds of things. Like those kinds of areas you want to study. Number three, you need to be creative. Copywriting requires creativity, period. If creative writing is hard for you, if you're a person who hears a weird word and you instantly Google it because you're like, what was that word? And you think about it for a while, or you're like, a sentence just hits you really hard in a way and you're like, wow, that was really good. If you need some. I've seen people make it in copywriting who aren't creative because sometimes you don't write very bland business copy because a lot of companies refuse to have any fun whatsoever. So that's fair. But in my opinion, the world is moving more towards a little more fun copy, a little more. Look at Wendy's Twitter account. It is a pure roast fest on McDonald's every day. I think companies are just allowing themselves to have a little more fun. That's all. Number four is the ability to analyze data and understand what it means. A huge part of being a copywriter is going to be looking at data, looking at landing pages, looking at opt-ins, looking at sales numbers, and understanding what went right and what went wrong. Now, it's going to take a while. This is not something you can really just Google and figure out how to do until you're really in it. Which is why I sometimes recommend the copywriters set up their own like affiliate sites, maybe like one or two, just to play in this world and just to have the experience of being on the back end of a site that's making money. It's just a thing that like maybe could help you, but not really that big of a deal. But learning to understand data and trends and see that some emails performed better. Why? Why did this email outperform and double this one? The header? Was it this? Was it that? Was it the length of the email? And then doing testing to kind of solve these and figure this out. It's going to be a huge part of being a copywriter. Number five is sales. Selling your client's product and selling yourself. Knowing sales, knowing how to negotiate, knowing how to hold your line for your rate, knowing how to get your client hyped to hire you and be excited and be like, not just like, oh, I guess I'm doing this, but like, yes, I'm so excited. Oh my God, I can't wait to see the copy. Oh my God, this is going to be so great. And oh my God, there's like a million sales books out there. Just Google the best sales books, which is far more important than a lot of the copyright. I should stop roasting copywriting books. One day I'll make a post on my favorite books that I think copywriters should read. I've just read a lot of copywriting books and I'm like done with it in the first chapter and I'm like. Number six, client management. You need to know how to manage your clients, how to keep them happy, and how to tap into their networks to find more work. That is essential. If you want to make it as a freelance copywriter, you need to learn the back-end business stuff, or just to work for a company as a salaried copywriter, which is fine. There's no shade here on this channel. However you need to pay your bills and live is how you need to pay your bills and live. But client management and knowing how to be a people person, basically. Yeah, it helps a lot, sadly. I wish I could just sit on the internet and play games all day, but you gotta deal with clients and what they need and what they want. And also along that same vein is number 7, which is business management. If you go the freelance route, you need to know how to pay your taxes. You need to know how to get yourself health insurance. You need to know how to file, whether an LLC, sole proprietorship, all the other incorporations, whatever you choose to do. The business side of it is non-negotiable, including like administrative tasks, including answering emails, including dealing with the IRS, including all of those things. You can't just ignore those. Now, those things should not come before you just getting out there and getting clients. I've talked to a lot of people who have gotten out there, gotten their first copywriting assignment, realized this sucks. This is not what they want to do, and they leave. And I think that would be really tough if you went through all this work, you filed with the government, which can cost hundreds, in some states thousands of dollars, setting up your website, getting a theme, buying business cards. Like, you might as well just burn that money and then be like, oh, I hate this. You should always, always, always just get your hands dirty with a little bit of what you want to do freelance wise before you fully commit to it. Now, you can always get some money and then deal with, okay, I'm not a lawyer and I'm not an accountant, so disclaimer, but you can get paid for things and not have to have like your LLC already. You can do all that. You can figure that out once you're at that level. Focus on the level you're at all times. And if you don't have any clients yet, you need to get clients. And then once you get clients, then you need to figure out how much money you've made. How do you need to pay taxes? Do you need to start putting away for taxes? Okay, you have this. Now how many do you need your contracts? Okay, do you need to incorporate? Focus on where you're at. Do not think 300 steps ahead, or else you're going to overwhelm yourself. If I had any idea how many things I needed to do to officially run and start my business, I don't think I would have started. So don't do that, but just focus on the step you're at. What matters right now to you? Focus on that. Repeat. Okay. Number 8 is knowing how to pitch and knowing how to network. Knowing how to network will save you everything. The best people who make it as freelancers are very well connected, and they usually don't start that way. They go to events, they meet people, they provide value, they reach out to potential people they want in their network. They they put the feelers out there all the time for the work they do and how they can help people, and they find those people who can do that for them. And knowing how to do that will be essential for making it as a freelancer. Okay. Number 9 is the ability to research and deep dive. You're going to get work in industries you don't know that well. It's going to take time. You're going to research it so thoroughly and so exhaustively that needs to excite you in some kind of way, shape, or form. And, sometimes it can take, generally, for each one of my assignments, it takes me 10 hours of research as a starting point. For a big project, if I'm writing a whole website, a whole email funnel, like all of that, sometimes if it's just short little things, like you don't have to go that deep, but for the most part, it's 10 hours. It's sometimes a whole week. It's sometimes a lot of like starting research, starting writing, starting research, starting writing over and over and over. And that kind of nerd stuff has just got to excite you a little bit. A little bit. You're going to watch YouTube videos and read forums until your eyes are bleeding. And that's just how it is if you want to write good copy in an industry. If I read about drones one more time, I think my eyes are actually going to roll and fall out of my head. And number 10 is understanding people and their true pain points and what matters to them. I covered that in, I think, one of my other videos about, it was just like the one before, two before this, about one simple trick to like adjust your copy. Watch that on the pain points. But that is really, really, really essential. Knowing what people truly care about is more important than anything. So that is it. Those are the 10 skills I think anyone who wants to make it as a freelance copywriter needs. Try to keep it short and sweet and not ramble on forever. So that is it. Let me know in the comments what you think is essential as a copywriter. I'd love to know. I'm probably missing some stuff that I just is so normal to me now, and I'm like, oh, yeah, that is important. That is it, guys. Goodbye.